and then for just what I'm using it for, just going to the web, these shows and stuff, I was like, I don't have to spend another $2,000 on a computer. But I'm gonna spend
But maybe
$2,000
you
on
do.
a computer. Yeah.
Hey, look at this. ICC is live. Hi, guys. What's up, Sean Ratz?
Jeez. Sean Ratz, man. What's up, Sean? Dude is always on point.
Always on point. The guy gets it. Robert Perry's in. We got Billy in. Yvonne Gensler is in. This is gonna work. How much time we got? 140, 149. We got Don Hooten in. What's up, Hooten? Burnett back in.
There
Lounge. Do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
How many YouTube subscribers?
Like 1,400.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh, I gotta run out there and turn this on.
It's good to see you too, Donald.
So.
There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
This one, right?
No, it's just your old ass computer. Now that's my feed. So you're gonna be looking at my feed.
Okay, I'll leave that. That's good.
What do we got? Oh, we got Flores in. Elite Weapons Solutions. I wear his hat that he gave me to the gym because I'm not a very big burly guy. I'm a kind of a pussy looking guy.
Hell no.
But if I wear a gun hat, I look like
it puts you up a few levels for sure.
Like, it adds 50 pounds on my bench.
Oh yeah, easy.
So thanks for that, Flores.
Yeah.
37. We're rolling in with some pink text today over here.
Pink?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well.
Kathleen.
Yeah, Kathleen. All right, Kathleen, I need a computer. This is bullshit.
Kathleen, he needs a better computer because it's awful. It's the worst thing ever. I'm gonna hit live here. 10 seconds.
Oh, perfect. Yes, thank you. Checking connection.
Bam. 3, 2,
now live. Look at that.
1.
Hey.
What's up?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Hey, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
With my cloudy fucking drink.
It's your cloudy fucking
Thanks,
drink.
Oliver.
Cheers to everyone who's watching. We'll wait for some people to come in. If you're on Facebook, give this a share right now. Do us a favor. Because some of the technology is not doing us any favors.
That's just me.
But, it feels good to be home.
Dude,
with
welcome back. I mean, you were gone 10 days?
10 days.
I was like, 1 week passed. I'm like, all right, I need you back. Another week passed. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's this dude? But I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad you had a good glad to be back. Safe and sound. I went to Mexico last week. I do have the ins on a few different cigar lounges to go to in Guadalajara.
All right.
I'll tell you what. If you're a fan of smoking cigars that you can afford to smoke, don't go to Mexico. Let's just go ahead and say that. Because they have, I was talking with the cigar lounge owner. The cigar lounge is called Casa Blend. Casa Blend is in Guadalajara.
Gotcha.
Or as they say, Guadalajara.
Yes.
And it's an old mansion.
No shit.
It's an old mansion. You walk in and it's got this big spiral staircase.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
Unbelievable. It really is beautiful. It's timeless. I think the house was built in 1920, but everything's hand done, and they basically work for slave labor down there. So I mean, if you got money,
don't they all?
Yeah. It looks like kind of a narco place. It is. I'll tell you
sure
about that.
Yes.
But importantly, I was down and speaking with the owner, who watches Saturday at the Shop.
No shit.
Yeah. And they have.
You had no idea who he was?
I didn't know. I was speaking with him. I knew he was the guy.
Okay.
But then we started talking a little bit. He's like, I know you from somewhere. And I started talking. And he's like, I said I was in Texas, and and he kind of narrowed it all down. And it was a cool thing to watch.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So we reached that lounge, and
you're international.
I'm curious, for those who are watching, what would you guess the tobacco tax is in Mexico? I'm just gonna set that there. I'm gonna see if anyone can guess it, because
is it higher than New York? New York?
It makes New York look like Texas.
I mean, New York is Is it 50?
67, I think. I think it's 67 in New York. I could be wrong, but
that sounds about right. After the conversation I had with one of my buddies from New York, Edwin, but I don't know.
Man, I'll tell you. I'm curious who comes in here, but what do we got? Did somebody just put 25%?
25%.
I'm just going to give you a hint. You're way more than that.
Yeah. It's New York. I thought it was 50-ish. Brandon's saying 67.
Put this into perspective. In Texas, in the great nation, 1 cent per cigar tax. Mm-hmm. And that is here at Industrial Cigar Company in Frisco, Texas, for those of you who are watching us on Cigars and Guns. 1 cent. If the cigar costs us $1, 1 cent. If it costs us $100, 1 cent.
Yeah, Real Frankie's saying 75%. I'm guessing it's probably higher than that.
When I heard it, I thought he was bullshitting me. And no one is even close. 300% tobacco tax. It is taxed 150% coming into the country, and it is taxed 150% as sitting inventory. Let's put that into perspective.
Dude.
We started talking about margins. A Chasado.
Oh my God.
A Chasado here costs about $7 to $8.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe $9. There, it costs $16, and the lounge makes $1 on the cigar.
That's horrible. How can you even have a lounge?
You have a bar. And you launder money for the narcos.
Well,
I'll tell you that. Stay tuned for more. 300%. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Before we started the show, I was talking to Brandon we were talking about taxes on cigars. Edwin and Miggs, they came down from New York a couple of weeks ago, hung out with me here at the Industrial Cigar, and I gave them Atabase. Atabase, of course, is one of our favorite cigars here, and it's a $30-ish cigar here. But Edwin said I don't smoke these too often because they're too expensive in New York. And then I was like, yeah, that's a $50 plus cigar in New York.
Yep. And
so, he typically doesn't buy them just because $50 a cigar. Give me a break. I couldn't imagine how much a box is. But, and then now you're telling me,
300%.
300% in Mexico.
300%.
So no.
So they had a couple of other cigars. The 1880, they still have the original 1880s. You remember that?
Yes.
$32. Here, $16. It's kind of worth it though.
Yeah, that's a great cigar, and now would probably, just because it's probably been there for a while.
It's been there for a while, and it's tasty.
Yeah, I'd get a few of those.
Yeah.
Even at that price, but still, that would hurt me.
Oh, it kills. But thanks everyone for joining us this evening. We're coming live from Industrial Cigar Company in Frisco, Texas. Cigars and Guns, what's up? If you are on our page on Facebook, we know you're probably watching the playoff game or whatever. Give this a share because we're talking a little bit of the lounge do's and don'ts.
Yep.
And if we talk lounge do's and don'ts, there are overarching guiding principles that will keep you out of hot water.
Yeah.
And then there are fine-tuned details that will make you look like a pro. And there are fine-tuned details that you may not think you're doing something disrespectful or out of line, but when you leave, they know that guy doesn't know or gal or whoever doesn't know shit.
Yeah, very true. Things like, I have a list of stuff that we can go through here tonight. But yeah, you're right on point. There's certain things in here, even when I was doing not necessarily the research, because I understand, some of the etiquette that's, should be followed when you enter a lounge. But let's start off. One of the first things is when you go to a humidor, one of the things you love the smell, right? You love the smell. One of the first things you want to do is you pick up the cigar, and I've seen many guys do this. They'll grab the cigar and then just kind of do one of these things, and it's like, don't do, and then they put it back.
And they put it back.
That's one of the worst things you can do.
Yes.
This is lit. I'm not going to do it, obviously, with this lit. But if you want to smell the cigar, smell the foot. And then especially if you're touching it and, and you're smelling it, keep it. do not put it back.
Yeah, unless if there's something substantially wrong, then no problem. Let the tobacconist know that, hey, this does not smell good. And how do you know if something's wrong? If your nose is on fire, it burns like ammonia. Then stay away from it. There's something wrong with it. That means the tobacco's not done fermenting. And a lot of the bigger names that you see elsewhere, they're kind of in a rush right now to catch back up. Yvonne brings up a great point into this, which is when I go on vacation there very soon, looking forward to it, bring my own.
Oh,
what do you say for that?
Just coming here?
That's what it looks like. I hope so.
We hope to meet you. You can certainly bring your own, but you want to definitely buy some from the lounge and or humidor you're visiting.
Yep. I think that's, if it's, I think the way to think about it is bring one, buy one. So if you're going to smoke one, buy one for everyone that you're going to smoke, even if they may not have something. Now, in our humidor, it's different. Obviously, I'm biased, but I know the work that's gone into it. So try something new. Now, if you have something that's special that you can't get anywhere else, I will tell you 100%, 100% of the quality lounges, if you walk in there and say, hey, I have one, but I just want to pick one up to support the house, you will be immediately respected. And just that communication is huge.
Yeah,
it's
easily.
Such a great thing to do for the lounge.
We all have that one cigar that we gravitate to, and if you're that person, industrial may not have it. The lounge that you visit may not have that particular cigar. So understanding that you travel with your own cigars, that's great. If you're a Cuban smoker, obviously you're not going to find them in the States legally, but if you have them, definitely bring them, but buy from the lounge that you're going to hang out with.
Yeah, without a doubt. And actually, we've got some good motion in here. Thanks everyone who's joining us, and drop some comments, drop some questions.
Sean's on the roll. He's talking about Gurkhas.
Is he? He's on the bottle today. So Gary says, back to your point, you talked about don't just hop up into the lounge and just stick your nose on it and kind of slobber it up.
So
because
not just that, but I was going to say, I make the comment of, especially if there's cellophane.
That's exactly what he's saying.
If there's cellophane on the cigar, you can't smell through the cellophane.
Look, those who are watching already know. But those who are watching have the responsibility that if you're in a cigar lounge or in a humidor with your friend and they pick up a cellophane cigar and smell it, you can smack them right across the face because they don't know shit. And you can tell them that because you can say, what do you smell? Ask them, what do you smell? And they'll go, I smell cedar.
Plastic.
No, you don't. You smell plastic.
Exactly.
You're not going to smell anything. And I'm kind of poking fun because we see it, but I'm telling you, if we see it once, we see it 15 times a day. You would be astounded at the amount of times, and it's okay. And I don't feel like they're stepping over the bounds or anything like that.
Yeah.
It helps me understand where they are in their journey, and I can help them through that. But if you're at a lounge with some lesser etiquette, that means they're going to take right advantage of you. They're going to go, oh, you know your stuff, and they're going to take advantage of it.
Exactly.
So and Yvonne actually said, no, she's going to Rocky Point, Mexico. I'm not familiar with that. Are you?
No.
Bring your own cigars.
Rocky Point?
Rocky Point.
I want to say...
is it Rocky Point?
In the Arizona area?
Oh, I wonder. So, Yvonne, I'm curious what part of Mexico that's in. Just bring cigars because it's... I don't want to be an absolute hypocrite here, but in all honesty, with a 300% tobacco tax, they don't... I did mention this. I gave the owner of that cigar lounge a cigar.
Okay.
And I gave him a Cochon Vallon. I'll tell you about that.
Oh my gosh.
But I watched somebody's mind blow in front of me. And then I told him, I said, oh, you know what? I need to go buy some cigars to support the house. And he said, no. We don't make any. Just get some drinks. So.
Well, how much are the drinks?
Mexico prices.
Okay.
I mean, I walked out of the lounge doing just fine and, tipping good and walking out just fine.
Yeah.
But I think the point was, I think the rapport was developed, a gift was given, a peace offering was given, a life was changed with a Cochon Vallon.
Definitely.
And you just want to be very respectful for the lounge and their overhead and everything that they have to cover.
Yeah. firsthand, obviously.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is the rule that is Puerto Penasco? Is that where that is?
I think so.
Puerto Penasco.
I think that's out of
4 hours south of Phoenix is what you want to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Never been there, but I've heard it's beautiful.
Sounds
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's pretty popular.
Puerto Penasco.
Okay.
That sounds like a pretty tierra caliente right now. It sounds kind of hot.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a place I want to be going because that country is. It is not going the right direction. I'm going to be real honest.
I need to learn more about that.
I'm going to be real honest.
Yeah.
Go to the touristic spots.
Yeah.
If you don't know anybody.
Yeah. Ron is saying, "Don't let friends smell cello." Yeah. That's true.
What I'm curious is, what's everybody smoking tonight? What's everyone drinking tonight? What do we got going? What do you got going?
Yeah. So this is Elijah Craig. It's a little bit cloudy. And I was telling Brandon that Oliver from Atabay United Cigars, he has this branded flask that whenever you get to the bottom of it, and I've used it many times, it comes out cloudy. So I finished whatever I had in there was Elijah Craig, and it's a little bit cloudy. It tastes good, but I don't know. I may be drinking.
You might be drinking some asbestos. I don't know. That's what it looks like.
He comes in tomorrow. I'll see him tomorrow, so I'm gonna show.
Kathleen drinking wine at home. We've got Lisa. We've got Lisa Grace. We've got SSW in front right now.
Yeah,
a handful of
guys,
people.
right? Good.
Salt
Noah's
to the earth.
here. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Good.
That is. Lisa, I hope you're up there. If you're not, you should be.
I'm surprised Sean's not here.
Yeah, where is Sean?
I don't know. He may be here, but he may be home. I don't know.
Sean, I've got a 944 timing belt you need to fix. But
Gussie Rocks, Blanton's, and Arturo Fuentes short story.
Hey, right
Solid.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gussie rocks. Well done.
Good for you for finding Blanton's in the first place.
Yeah. An A Fuente short story. Now, I'm curious, Gussie, what do you pick up out of a short story? What do you like out of that cigar? And Ron is smoking the Ron, drinking 1792 Sweet Wheat. I'm curious, what are you guys thinking? Oh, yeah. What do you think of that cigar? I'm curious.
Yeah, I got the Espinosa Laranja box press. It's a great cigar. Yeah, Espinosa puts out some solid sticks.
They really do. Look who else is in. That's Smokini coming in.
Kim, hello.
Kim,
thanks for joining.
See, bon dia.
She's got to be smoking something right now.
She's got to be smoking something.
She's sitting at the pool, smoking something. Yeah.
I'm curious what they're smoking. But I'm going Principal Black and Gold right now. Have you?
No, I have not.
You haven't smoked this one.
I have smoked that, but I know you're going to say.
I'm not going to go that direction, but I'm going there now. Are you talking the pairing?
I've not paired it with that yet. Socorro?
Socorro?
Yep.
If you're familiar with Socorro Tequila. Socorro Tequila. I wasn't going to go this way, but Socorro Tequila, their añejo, has like this butterscotch, sweet, this real elegant. But this cigar, called the Black and Gold, available on industrialcigars.co or in the humidor 7 days a week. These two paired, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
I've heard, I've not tried
Somebody
it yet.
will back me up.
Yeah.
Somebody's got
I'm sure Mark Rogers, he's sitting out here. He's probably got a bottle sitting in his locker.
Yeah. No doubt about it. The guy has...
Who's the one that figured that out? Was it him?
I think it was me.
You're right.
But it was deep into the evening because it was with Chris Pennington.
Oh, that's right.
And we were all together in my backyard. And
Yes.
like, hang on, try this. And we passed it around like a fucking peace pipe.
Uh-huh.
And everyone's like... I was like, no one say what it tastes like, you know? We pass it around. It's,
No.
Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah, you got to try it, Kathleen. It is...
Yeah.
The tequila is great, but that is awesome.
Yeah, Clayton, Socorro Tequila, they have the Añejo, Reposado, and the Blanco. It's got a sweet little taste to it, but it's a solid tequila, and the price point on it is...
It's like $40 a bottle.
If that, yeah.
And what's beautiful with tequila right now, especially the stuff that's coming north of the city, like Amititan, all up in the north, is that newer age tequila, which is sipping tequila, sweet, elegant, very smooth. Think Clase Azul, Casamigos, Ocho Tequila, like And that Cuervo is from tequila proper. And
Did you bring any with you?
I've got some tequila with me. I don't have it with me, but we're gonna drink it. But
Well, Friday,
I will bring it on Friday.
I'll bring one too. We picked one up that I've liked, called Volcan, and that's super solid.
They also make a mezcal that I saw down there. I haven't tried it before.
So I'm not a big mezcal guy
Amen.
until, of all people, Ty had one the other night, and he's like, "Try it," and I said, "Okay, if it's smoky, I'm gonna kick you," but it was smooth. It was a joven, which means young, and I think maybe that's the mezcal profile that I like. I don't like the whatever if it's aged, if it's smoky, because I attribute it to being a peaty Scotch, which I'm not a fan of. But and you know, if JP's listening, he's a big fan of
Super
smoky, peaty
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, but and I forgot the name of it, but. Of all people, Ty turned me on to really good
shit.
mezcal.
He knows good stuff.
Yeah.
Johnny Goodner knows good stuff. Frank Tomaszewski knows good stuff.
Oh yeah, they do.
Frank Tomaszewski, back me up, please. We were talking about the pairing between Socorro and the black and gold. What does it taste like? Please save me here. No, but I've got some tequila for us to try.
Nice.
I've got some good shit, and it's cool because the hills. It's called Blue Agave, right? Mm-hmm. I know this has nothing to do with anything cigars, but who gives a shit?
It's a pairing.
It is right now as we drove our way to Sayulita, that the hills are this teal color. And it has this unbelievable look to it where it just kind of looks like the sea is rolling.
Yeah.
And it has this teal, which is my favorite color. It's just this unbelievable color. And the way that it contrasts the soil, it's unbelievably beautiful.
I'm sure you had your camera with you.
Yeah, I did. But I was driving way too fast, so I wasn't pulling the camera out.
I'd like to see that.
It's when you go through there, it's the best driving road I've ever been on in my life.
Holy shit. Okay.
We got a super close up.
Yeah, it was like right here.
Uh-huh.
So maybe that's why it's not showing up on here.
So, everyone who's joining us, thank you so much. Let's hop in maybe to the next element of lounge do's and don'ts. You've got some notes.
Yeah. One of the first things I have is don't lick or slob all over your cigar
Now,
before you cut it.
amen.
Yeah.
You can, after it's cut,
Sure.
slob on your cigar as much as you like.
Right.
Not my cigar to slob on. You can slob on it. But that is the technical term. In case anyone was wondering, slob on your cigar, it's in the tobacconist handbook.
Exactly. It's got to be there.
It's got to be there.
Sure.
It's page 96, verse 3.
So part of that, I mean, you go to the lounge, you pick your cigars, and then the first thing you want to, I've seen this plenty of times, guys will pick it up before they cut it. They start licking it and put it in their mouth and just to taste it, fine. And then they cut it, and especially if you're using a house cutter, do not do that.
Dick move.
Yeah, even before COVID, I mean, never mind COVID and all that stuff, but that's just, I mean, germs in general are just nasty.
Not only that, so the reason why many people put the cigar and kind of slob it up is because they think it's going to kind of impact the tobacco and soak it up and it's going to be easier to cut. However, it is exactly the opposite because you're creating traction and you're softening this up. We want the end of the cigar, the cap of the cigar, to remain rigid and easy to cut through. But just picture that. I mean, picture cutting a wet paper towel with a piece of scissors, right? It's not going to be this smooth cut. It's going to mush down. It's going to do the whole thing. Plus, everyone standing in the lobby or in the lounge, for some reason, if somebody does that before, it's like putting a dog whistle. Everyone knows you just did that.
Yeah.
And they're going to know not to share a drink with you for some reason. I don't know. But, yes, Sean Ratz, people actually slob on the cigar before cutting. The fuck is right.
Slob the knob.
And you'll see as these are rolling through, all these... Yes, for those who are reacting to this, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. So, that's before cutting. Before cutting, we've run through a couple things, right?
Yep.
Don't sniff the cigar particularly with cellophane on, it does nothing. You get to the counter, you go to cut it, or hopefully you're at a good lounge, they can cut it for you. Don't put the cigar in your mouth and slob on it. And then when you're in the lounge, what's next? What else should you not be doing, or what should you be doing?
So I saw this and I put a question mark next to it. And when I was doing research about cigar etiquette, it says, I'm going to read this verbatim. Hold the cigar between your index finger and your thumb, not between your index finger and your middle finger. And earlier when I was smoking a cigar, I was like, this. I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I feel comfortable like this. But they're saying to do this.
Fuck those guys.
Right?
Yeah.
And I forgot what website
guys.
that was. It was
Honestly.
a reputable cigar website or whatever. But so the funny thing is, I think I smoke it like this. Maybe if I put it up here.
But that's kind of like a doobie, though.
But
It looks like you're smoking a
Yeah.
doobie, right? That's not how you smoke a cigar.
I mean, I've seen some weird, I don't know what you call it, handling techniques that just seem weird. I mean, I've seen I don't know what you call this, but the...
Oh, and then have you seen Swordfish?
No.
Swordfish, who's fucking this guy? Friday Night Fever. What's his name?
Oh,
Helicopter A-lister.
John Travolta?
John Travolta.
Yeah.
He holds a cigar and smokes a cigar like this
That
in
looks
the
like
movie
he's sucking a
Swordfish.
dick.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, granted, Halle Berry's in that topless. And him holding the cigar like this almost ruins the entire movie.
Someone had to have been fucking with him and said, hold it like this and do that.
It didn't look cool.
Not at all. Not at all.
At the end, at the end, you hold the cigar. Look, hold the cigar how you want to hold it.
Yeah.
And I can always tell somebody's first time because they don't, it's like the first time they hold a baby and they're like this.
Yeah.
But then somebody who's seasoned, they'll hold it like this or this. Or,
Some newbies, I've seen them do this, which just seems like dainty, which is weird.
it does seem, it seems feminine, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
This seems like how Kathleen
like a
would smoke.
wood tip. I mean, a couple years ago, maybe. Yeah.
How do you guys smoke your cigars? How do you hold it? You hold it in between your index and your middle finger? Do you pinch it like a doobie? Do you John Travolta Western grip it? How do you do it? I'm curious. What the? Sorry, Kathleen. I didn't know you were still watching this.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually not sure anyone was still watching this.
My sister is on, Cami Cat 13. Sister, I love you. Christina. She's live from El Paso. We're watching this live.
Right on. Right on. Well, buongiorno.
She's not a cigar smoker, but she's super fit. She's a workout addict with my dad. My dad's mid-70s, late 70s, and they do CrossFit. Every Sunday, my dad will, I'll call and talk to my dad. He's like, I just got my ass kicked by your sister.
Really?
So, yeah.
Would she kick your ass, you think?
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
In running.
Adrian has
Yeah.
a sister. This is news to me too. It's usually Kathleen's sister that comes into the lounge, right?
Yeah, that's Christine. Yeah,
That's a good looking
she's been
family.
here.
That's a good looking family. You
Beautiful
married
family.
way up.
I did. Yeah.
You outkicked your coverage.
I did. Yeah.
But that's good. I'll echo that call. Should we talk about cigars, you think?
Yeah, so JCPR27, how do you keep a cigar without a humidor or Boveda for a couple of days to a week? Great question.
Okay, so the question is, how do you keep a cigar without a humidor or Boveda for a couple days to a week?
Yeah.
Anywhere you want. Don't keep it in your car now it's becoming summer.
Do not put it in the fridge.
Don't put it in the fridge.
Specifically.
Honestly,
If you don't have a Boveda, I mean, plastic baggie and maybe with a wet towel,
no.
a couple weeks.
To hell with it. No, it's a couple days to a week.
A couple days to a week.
Leave it out.
Okay, you're fine.
Leave it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been running, I think I talked about
Yep,
that
yep.
before. I have this recurring bit of experiment where I have cigars that are out for a week
Yeah.
or 3 days or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you would be surprised how long before that cigar changes. And I'm talking 10 days, 2 weeks, even further depending on the tobacco, that it's sitting in my car. I'll pick it up and smoke it. No, it's not in the perfect condition, but that tobacco holds it just fine. It's not much of an issue.
That makes sense.
So it's
you're good.
And really, I would say, don't. To that note, if you have a humidor at the house and you don't because you're asking this question, that's okay. If you do have a humidor, don't chase percentage points.
Yeah.
If it's between 65 and 72% or 64 and 73, you're fine.
You're good.
Just leave it. Because you find those, it's at 68, but I want it at 70.
No.
You're not going to tell a difference.
Yeah.
No,
not at all. If you get upwards in the mid 70s, then
open the lid.
Yeah, open the lid for a day or two until it stabilizes. But other than that, you're good.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Common Clay.
Talking about humidors, Sydney, who's coming in, talk about outkicking your coverage. Sydney outkicked his coverage.
Okay.
But he picked up a humidor that he just got, an acrylic humidor.
Yep.
And he was on the USS Dwight Eisenhower, and he just got the logo of it on the top while they got it done. Oh, man, it is.
I bet it came out great.
Oh, it came out great. It's beautiful. It was very, very well done. Charlie Burton in the house. What's up, Charlie? What's happening? What is up?
John Gersick.
John Gersick is in. What's up, John?
Sean
Miss you. Haven't seen you for a while. Miss you.
So,
tell Ellie hello, please.
Sean is saying, get some Tupperware and Bovita packs. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a humidor, that definitely makes sense.
But honestly, if you don't have a humidor, or if you want to, Tupperware and Bovita packs, go to industrialcigars.co and just pick some up. They're like $1, and then just pick up some cigars, and we'll ship them to you. They'll be out by 4 o'clock tomorrow. Be there a couple of days from now, smoking for the weekend. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's it. Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
What is the bit of etiquette, and we'll call it etiquette, but what are some of the things that you see most frequently, how would I say, broken when it comes to etiquette, lounge norms, culture? What is the thing that you see most frequently?
I would probably say, other than specific to the handling of a cigar, don't be the loudest guy in the room. And that could span across any situation, not just a cigar lounge, right? If you're hanging out with someone's buddies at a house, at your buddy's house, at a restaurant, in any social setting, don't be the loudest guy in the room. That goes a long way.
You know what? You're making me feel real bad right now.
Why?
Because I'm the loudest guy in this room.
That's all right. It's just you and me.
No, but you're exactly right.
If you're in a social setting, it's a different story.
You're exactly right. I mean, and that is something that we see, because here's the net effect of it. If you're in a lounge, there are many people who it's their first time in the lounge.
Yeah.
And you may be comfortable like it's your home, and you may feel like you can, get loud because you spent dollars, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
But when you get loud and you bring that up, it's a negative reflection on the entire culture of the lounge, because this guy, and we've seen this before, the guy has brought his wife in. Yeah. He's talked her into going to a cigar lounge on a date night. Yeah. They come in for their first experience.
Yep. And
then that type of behavior is okay here. So she goes, oh, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Even in a lounge where we have an incredible, unmatched culture, and I truly believe that.
You're right.
We see that from time to time, and it creates a situation where if you're with your friends, it puts us in a situation where we kind of have to embarrass you.
Unfortunately.
We have to pull you aside like a principal. Hey, bring it down a little bit. This is not the place to be screaming. If it's a game, that's fine, but please be respectful for the people being around. And I'll tell you what, Julie is coming in with us, and yes, two good comments here.
Okay.
Sydney says only get loud on First Fridays. 100%. Like
that's a given.
First Fridays, that's the time.
That's a given for sure.
Get in, get loud, get rowdy, do your thing. and have some fun. First Fridays we have DJ Busy Bee in, or we're going to do some different stuff.
Yeah.
Continuously change it, but you can let your hair down. And I'll tell you what.
That's the time to...
Julie says, good on you, Julie. She says, no religion or politics.
Yeah, great point. Yeah.
It is. You can have these exceptional conversations with people and get to know, like, for instance, Larry Davis out front. First time I really spoke with him today. It's one of our new members. I learned his 26-year-old son, Riley, is living a life that he thinks is different than what he would do. So,
Wow.
that is is my voice that annoying?
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Tech. Okay, but there are so many ways you can hop into really, I would say, fulfilling, incredible relationships.
Yep.
In those things. What are some things, if you're not going to talk about, let's say, you're not going to talk about religion or politics, what are some things and what are some ways you get conversations moving?
I mean, me specifically, I like cars. Obviously, I like guns, cigars. I mean, I'll start conversations like that. And then being in Texas, I mean, you can pretty much guarantee that those two things are going to be of interest to the person you're speaking to.
Yep.
And, you start off a conversation like that, and then it'll kind of flourish from there.
It's really interesting, though, because when you say, it seems very black and white, which is don't talk religion or politics. But we live in a time where high school sports are politicized.
Yeah.
And, all of these things. So it's difficult to navigate those waters.
Yeah.
And this is more of a conversational conversation.
Right.
But what's really cool is I like to get to know people's family. I like to ask about what are their kids like? What are some of the if you were to do it again and your 26-year-old is 1, what would you do different?
Yeah.
There are so many things that for instance, James Collins, who's a private member here, he worked one job. He worked at one business his entire career.
Yeah.
McDonald's. From fries to C-level executive.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn from the people around you that are going through the same things. When Nick died last year, there were so many people who had siblings die and parents die, and it was like this culture. You know? It's pretty fulfilling.
Yeah, to that point, I mean, there's so much more to talk about than just politics or anything else. As you watch the news, that's politics enough. I mean, I try not to watch the news because of that. There's just way better conversation to have than just that. And there's I've met people who just love talking about politics. I'm not into that.
I'm fucking out, man.
Yeah.
I'm out. If you want to turn off an entire lounge of people, just start talking about politics. I promise you, I've seen it here. They will walk away from you. And I'll tell you what, I'm just Common Clay, talk about barbecue. God bless Texas. You're exactly right. Now, if you want to get into a fight, you start talking about who has the best barbecue. Who do you think's got the best?
I mean, okay, so...
In Dallas.
Mike Sharon was here for an event, and I don't think he has a restaurant.
Not yet.
But
what's up, Marty Upton?
Yeah, that was the best ribs I've had in a long time, and everything that he smoked. I mean, the food was just so good.
Did you have his beans?
I'm not a side guy. When I go to like Hutchins or something, Hutchins is a great.
Hutchins is probably my go-to.
Meat. I'm there for the meat, and I don't like overindulge in where I'm getting the sweats and all that stuff. But I'll get just meat. But fuck the sides.
How goddamn dare you, Adrian?
I'm okay with that.
Would you call the Texas Twinkie a side?
I've never had that.
Fuck off.
I've never had that.
Come on.
I need to try one.
Come on.
Explain to them what the Texas Twinkie is.
The Texas Twinkie. Okay. You guys want to know what freedom is right now? Here's what freedom looks like. Jalapeno, bacon wrapped, filled with shredded brisket.
Yes.
Lined with
there's some cheese.
Cream cheese with Philadelphia. The texture is as consistent as a Twinkie, but you get the bacon and the jalapeno, and you get the cheese, and you get the brisket, and you get everything at once. That's at Hutchins. It is. It's.
You know who doesn't like Hutchins?
Kathleen doesn't like.
Did she just say that?
Boo Hutchins.
She hates Hutchins. I don't know why. I thought we were, and she's hated it ever since I took her there once. And I said, maybe I had a bad batch. Let's try it again. She did not like it. I don't know what it is. And we went to the Frisco location. I don't know if it makes a difference if we went to the original in McKinney.
Oh, this is the only one I've been to.
Frisco one's fine.
I think
it's
so
great.
too.
I'll say, okay, no sides, meat, but I say room for the dessert. Because they have free soft serve and
peach cobbler. Oh,
I'll say room for
how
that.
many people are in Texas who are watching right now? I'll tell you what, though. Sean Ratz is right. The 407 barbecue they do these breakfast biscuits.
I've not been there.
Holy shit.
But there's a
balls.
407 gun range, that's like right down the street from there. So a lot of guys that I've seen, they go to the range, they go shooting, and then boom, barbecue. I don't know any more Texan than that.
I'll tell you what. God, it's good to be home. It's good to be home.
Yeah.
I thought they were called armadillo eggs.
I mean...
Yeah, to each their own. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I'll tell you what, armadillo eggs, call it what you want. It's delicious. And I'll tell you, oh, God, it's good to be home. Mexico. Great tacos. Right?
Of course.
The tacos probably the perfect food.
It is.
Because you get a little bit of vegetables and meat and a little tortilla for some starch in there. And then
it's portable.
You can eat 4,000 of them. They cost roughly 30 cents a taco.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting hungry talking about it. But
there's a place here that I just found. I haven't been, but I saw it online. There's in downtown Frisco. There's a grocery store, and apparently this taco stand is inside that place. Have you been there?
Mm-hmm. It used to be El Amigo.
What is it now? If I remember, if you said the name,
I don't know.
Remember. I forgot the name of it, but the tacos look legit. They have menudo, they have pastor, all that.
Pastor? Yeah, but you're from like that. You're norteño.
You don't like menudo?
Menudo?
You don't?
I'm out on menudo.
Is it the tribe? So Kathleen won't eat it either because of the tribe?
You know what I saw the first time I had menudo?
Yeah.
It was the first time I was at my wife's house. And I'm still courting her, trying to win her parents over. She slides over menudo right in front of me. She slides over additional meats in a bowl that you can put in the menudo. You know what's up top? Pig snout.
And?
What?
No,
you are norteño, man. You are norteño.
I've had pig's feet inside and the knuckles and all that shit in menudo, which is great. Snout? Yeah, I mean, I've never tried it, but I would.
Out.
You should always try it. I mean, come on.
Look, you can talk about always trying it now, but when you're on the verge of shitting your pants in Mexico for a few days and you're trying to keep it together and not sweat in front of your girlfriend's family you met for the first time.
That's probably the place to eat it, though.
Pig snout? No, man. I got a gringo stomach now. It's worn off since
But you had menudo. Just don't put the snout in there. Did you?
I didn't put it in there.
Did you eat the menudo?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
It was all right.
It was a
soup is peasant food.
Pho, whatever they call it.
Peasant food. Give me barbecue. I want meat. I want an animal to die, and I want to eat all of the meat. I don't want the water.
Yeah.
I'll drink water. I don't need to eat fucking water. And so on tonight on Cigars 101, we're talking about a lot of important stuff here. We're talking about lounge do's and don'ts. Should we throw a little bit of something into?
Yeah, of course. Sean Ratz is a member at 407 Gun Club. Come on, man. The dude's he's everything.
But I'll tell you what.
He's a Porsche guy, he's a cigar guy, he's a whiskey guy.
The guy gets everything.
And
he figures it out.
Member, come on.
He's figuring it out. Julie, actually, I'm going to skip back here a little bit.
Yeah.
Julie said, great way of creating conversation, cigars, what you smoking, and cars.
Yeah.
And then if they don't like talking about cigars or cars, get out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
No, yeah, you're right. Here, I mean, a lot of people are car people. Speaking of, I mean, come out to Cars and Cigars here at Industrial every third Saturday of the month. See some badass cars.
Hopefully your buddy POV Steve or Steve POV will be here. with
That dude.
47 million subscribers on
When is that coming
YouTube.
up? Next
That
week?
is
Couple
a
weeks?
week from this Saturday.
Okay.
Will be Cars and Cigars, and the weather should be good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be raining. We'll bring it out. John, bring your Porsche. Sean, bring your Porsche. I'll bring mine. Let's play. Let's have some fun. But
Yeah.
it's a great time, and it's just a perfect opportunity, I think, to just get around. And that is, if you find yourself in a lounge, sometimes it's difficult to create conversations because you're sitting there and you're going, especially if you're new. Oh, what do I do? One thing is, ask what you smoking. That's the greatest icebreaker of all time. 2, start asking odds and end questions. Here, check.
Be good.
Boom.
Yeah.
Check. Okay. We should have audio right now. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let us know.
But what threw me, like, put me over the top was like when I took it to the shop, the service guys were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Dodge Colt 86." He's like, "It doesn't even look like it." I was like, and that's the first time I got like into like
The pride of having your
Yeah.
own car.
At the time, I worked for MSD Ignitions. I was the one putting together the MSD.
The distributors?
6A. Yeah, the distributors and the ignition coils and all that stuff. So I got discounts on that shit, and I put it on my fucking Dodge Colt.
Oh my god, that thing was
did it-
firing
I mean,
beautifully.
maybe.
Missing a cylinder. It was missing a cylinder most
Of course,
definitely,
of course.
but it was there.
But that's when I first got the I don't know, into cars basically.
Uh-huh.
And I've always been into cars. I didn't grow up with much, money. My family didn't have a lot of money. But
well, you're Norteño.
yeah, I mean, I was, El Paso born and bred, but it was like the first time, and it's like, okay, this is what it's like. Now I want better. And
Yep.
But-
and now you've got a dope collection.
I mean, yeah.
You got a Raptor. Your wife drives a Raptor.
Yeah.
You've got a Land Rover.
Mhm.
God, I hope I don't have to get a Land Rover.
You should.
I
Like
know.
mine, if you get like my year, you're solid.
Okay.
And then you have Sean. He could help you.
Yeah,
with
every
issues.
3 months, drop off the Land Rover to get
I'll
fixed.
tell you, the LR3 is one of the best reputable vehicles I've had. I've been driving Land Rovers for 25 years, and the LR3 2008 model is the best one I've had since. I've owned Range Rovers multiple times, and the LR3 is the best.
Okay. Well, then that's. Yeah. Rats. Brandon needs a Land Rover. I understand. It's going to happen. But for those of you who are just joining us, welcome in. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday. This is Cigars 101. We haven't spoken about cigars for about 45 minutes, but it's going pretty well. We've spoken about Menudo, Land Rovers, tacos,
Yeah.
but we did talk about tobacco tax about 3 or 4 minutes into it.
That's crazy.
Um,
Mexico has a 300% tobacco tax, and that puts a $10 cigar at.
Well, $10 cigar is going to go. They get caught. Let's just call it their cost or whatever that is. If it's $10 to us, then it's going to be about $4,000.
Yeah.
If I do the
About
deduction,
right.
I don't know if I carried the 2 right, but legitimately their cost, they have to. in Mexico, they have to eat their own tax costs because they cannot put the margins onto cigars, normal margins. So, for instance, and I spoke with this earlier, very early in our connection here, which was a cigar that we carry for $7 to $9 here.
Yeah.
They carry for $16, and when it's $16, their profit margin is $1 because they have to eat all of the costs. So just imagine that, selling something for 16 to make $1. Imagine that. That is, it's almost impossible.
But to your point, when you have the cartel backing you, and then you sell, liquor, then you're good. And if you launder money for them, then yeah.
I'll tell you what.
You sell cigars.
I'm looking forward to tell you about this story because it was. Yeah. I've never been in a sketchy situation like this.
Of all the times you've been to Mexico, this was.
I've had one sketchy, and this was don't look left more than once.
I've had many sketchy situations in Mexico. And yeah, the last time, 10 years ago, I went to Juarez, and that's the last time I'll go back. Kathleen knows the story, but yeah.
Ciudad Juarez.
Yeah.
No,
not a fan.
No, not a fan. Not a fan. I'm glad to be home. All right, so let's finish with a strong one. Cigar Lounge do's and don'ts. We've been talking about a lot of don'ts.
Yeah.
Should we finish with a don't and just make this Cigar Lounge don'ts?
I have a good don't, and it's at the end of your smoking session, let your cigar go out with what's a good word? Let it go out peacefully.
Yeah, with grace.
Yeah, with grace. That's a good way to put it. Do not take your cigar and mash it until it fucking tears apart, and then it's like this big mess and creates this plume of smoke that's horrible. You set your cigar down in the ashtray when you're done with it, and it'll extinguish itself on its own.
Yep. Let it die is what we call it. And it's the greatest way to really show your respect to the roller.
Yeah.
Because it is a complete process. You're talking 3, 4, 5+ years from the time it was a seed to the time you hold this thing in your hand.
Yeah.
And the greatest way to show respect to that roller is by letting it die. Smashing it out is like just taking all the art and all of the time and just disrespecting it. It is a sign of disrespect. And not only that, tobacco has a lot of oil in it. And when you smash that out, what you're going to do is you're going to open up this very nasty smell to the rest of the lounge, the people who are sitting around there. So we go back to the concept of don't be the loudest in the room.
Yeah.
That's because you want to respect the people you're around. Don't smash the cigar out because what you're going to leave behind is very loud.
Yeah.
And people are going to smell it.
Yeah, it's not a cigarette, it's not a fucking Salem, and you got to smash it out or stomp on it and fucking twist your foot. You don't do that.
John Giersick, I'll tell you what, John Giersick is, if anyone wants to see what kind of the perfect cigar lounge etiquette looks like, you need to know John Giersick.
Oh, yeah, makes a good point.
He says, bring a bottle and share. The amount of times, not only does he support the lounge, I wish that his family schedule was in a place where he could spend time in the lounge because he's a phenomenal personality. Yeah. He's very interesting. He has such a cool story. He almost hacked his arm off with a chainsaw, and his wife helped him with it. That's how he knew she was the one. He's got cool stories. He's a great father. He's a great husband. All of those things, he's a man of character, but he's also a guy who will bring a bottle up and just drop a bottle off for the shop.
The he brought a bottle of, I forgot what, and it was the huge 1.75 liter on
the Chivas.
Yeah, Chivas. Yeah. He brought it and he's like, I got this as a gift. It's not my thing. I'm going to donate it to the lounge.
He is probably, he's donated somewhere in the ballpark of, I don't know, $500 worth of scotch and $5,000 worth of watch. There is a watch that's coming up for Ava's raffle for the next, which is it's not a Hublot, but something in, this man knows no bounds. He is the perfect addition to any lounge, and we're proud that he's here, part of this family. And just look at it that way. What can I do to be known as the person that is welcomed at that lounge. Sean Ratz, Marty Upton, everyone who's watching right now.
Yeah.
I know we're just kind of preaching to the choir, but I'll tell you, thank you for being the people you are, because it makes our lives very fulfilling. Everyone, not just from a lounge ownership perspective, you are all people that I want to sit and have a cigar with.
Yeah. Yeah. I met so many great people here, and yeah, thank you for that. Evan Eichler says, what's your favorite handgun and cigar? That's easy. It's the one that's in my hand. And not specifically now, but whatever gun is in my hand, whatever cigar is in my hand at that time, that's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'll
I
ever...
call bullshit.
So don't give me a high point.
Uh-huh.
I mean, because that won't be my favorite, but the guns that
You're
I have,
telling me that your favorite cigar right now is the Rancho.
this cigar right now, because I'm with you and we're doing this awesome show, is my favorite right now. Yes.
That's a good outlook on life. I like
is,
that.
yeah.
I like that. I mean, it's just, that could be your last cigar.
I have my little Vault-Tec humidor here, and I'll put cigars in there that I enjoy. I'm not going to stick, a shitty cigar in there. Whatever cigars I have in my humidor at home are most likely all good cigars that I would smoke. I do have, as most of us, we have a box of visitor cigars.
There you go.
When you have buddies come over that are not cigar smokers, you have family that are not cigar smokers that you want to share, obviously, but they're not going to be, the good stuff.
Yep. Yep. There are things that they can enjoy.
Yeah, they're good
stuff.
cigars, but they're stuff that the non-smoker could enjoy.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly right. I mean, I love that mentality. I love the just enjoy what you're smoking. Don't smoke a poor cigar. Don't just smoke a cigar because make it a part of it. Just know it could be the last one.
Yeah.
And I think that's very powerful. No,
Yeah.
I love that though.
Gunfighter Canyon, thanks for joining. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Gunfighter Canyon. Follow them on Instagram. They're it's a range out in, I think, the Phoenix, Arizona area, but they got some cool guns.
Really?
Yeah, full auto, all that stuff. Yeah.
Ooh,
they got
shit.
some good content.
Ooh, I'm trying to make my way out there.
Ooh,
Out to Arizona,
shit.
yeah.
Oh,
No, okay. If you guys are in, let me know. I would love to come visit you guys. That would be awesome.
Gunfighter Canyon.
Gunfighter Canyon.
Catherine's asking what you packing. I am minimalist today. I got the MMP, Smith & Wesson MMP, so doesn't print as much. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, print as much. Oh, that's a cool way to put it.
it's
So you
super
can't
small.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've got a couple of them in the house just with the speed vault, with the biometric, but I've got the SIG 2022s across the house. I love that gun.
SIG is great.
I mean, it is.
Your brother picked up a nice SIG.
Did he?
Andrew, yeah, he picked up 2 guns in one day.
Really?
He got a Gucci Glock. If he hasn't shown you, you're out of town. Of course you haven't seen it. And another
Gucci Glock?
SIG. Gucci Glock, Magwell,
Fancy bitch.
Glock 17, I think it was, or 19, and then a SIG. I forgot the P220, I think. You got to see him.
Damn.
Well, I don't know if you knew, but he did the private training with Jeff.
Yeah.
Him and Nate did it, and yeah, they had nothing.
And we're going out on Thursday.
Thursday.
Hey, by the way, do you have 9mm that I can buy from you?
He'll have it there.
Oh, he will.
Yeah,
I can buy it from him.
He'll have 9mm and 223.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Brooke is in. Brooke Copeland. Brooke, I'm sorry I didn't send you a message because I've had a long one put together. But Brooke, who's family here, will always be family here. Got a great opportunity to move to the next phase for her. I just want to give a massive congratulations. You'll always be family here, and thank you for everything that you've done for us and for the entire ICC family. You have been invaluable and irreplaceable. Your smile, your attitude, your eagerness to learn has it's made an impact on all of our lives.
We'll miss you for sure, yeah.
We'll miss you, but it's great.
Yeah.
Come in and be a customer for once because God knows you deserved it. But I'll tell you what, we're all blessed to have spent some time with you and share some smiles with you. So best of luck on your next venture, and very, very proud, and the whole team just wishes you nothing but love.
Yeah.
So
There was a card that went out. Buyers put a card together and had, private members sign it. And of course, JP, he knew where Brooke was going, but he puts "Happy Birthday." At least he put that and not, what he's known
what
for.
he usually does.
Yes,
Yeah. That is it. So please, Brooke, let us know. Obviously, you are a private member, so please let us know. Come in. Let's have a cigar to reminisce and have some fun. Come in on Friday for Night at the Factory. That would be an absolute blast.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, she absolutely rocks. She is salt of the earth, and she'll be missed most certainly. So with that,
yeah, we hit an hour, so that's great. That's perfect.
I'd say it's time to get the hell out of here.
Later, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll be here every Tuesday evening. Join us tomorrow at Welcome Machine Works. We'll do Lead and Leaf. We'll talk about more on the gun side with those guys, but thanks for joining.
Yeah, if you learned anything, well, then you were probably an idiot before. But join us Saturday for Saturday at the shop.
Saturday shop.
10:10
Saturday,
a.m.